Welcome to season 2 of the Fit to Love podcast show. Welcome to Fit to Love, Movement Mondays, all about exercise, all about movement, all about you. Enjoy the show. Today's show brought to you by the Metabolic Makeover Program. Find out if you have weight loss resistance and how to heal it naturally. Today's show, back extension. So we're going to use this bench because it is designed to do for back extension, but I will say that this exact bench is a little bit more advanced. There is one that is on a different diagonal from the floor where you catch your ankles and your feet. This one is where you are completely parallel to the floor. So this is a harder bench, FYI. All right, now on this machine, what muscles are we working here? We have a couple options. There are actually 2 exercises, and I'd tell you that most people do both of them incorrectly. They swing, and then they wonder why everything hurts. So back extension or spinal extension works really like your abs of the back, which is your quadratus lumborum. It's this muscle that connects your rib cage down to your pelvis. It's like the reverse of your abs in the front. It also works all your rector spinae muscles that line your spine that help to pull you into what's called spinal extension. So this is spinal extension. When you're on a machine like this, your body is perpendicular to gravity, which means you are at the most amount of resistance that you're going to get within a gravitational pull. So you don't need any extra weight, holding any weights. In fact, I would recommend that you put your arms right by your sides in order to create less momentum or any swinging or extra lever lengths, rotational inertia on your spine. So if you want to work on extension, and you're a beginner, this is not the best equipment to do it on. I do it on a ball. If you're advanced and for whatever reason you want to work on spinal extension, I think you can get in other ways. Let me show you the proper form for doing it. If you want to use this machine in another way, the best way I like to use it is for hamstrings. You can actually do this in place of a deadlift. I prefer this instead of a deadlift for the reason of your control over your activating of your hamstrings versus when you're doing a deadlift. I mean, what you're really concentrating on is holding that bar in your hands. And so we're not really focused on the muscles we're trying to work, and this is a great way to work your hamstrings. You're going to lean on it, use your handles to pull yourself forward and secure your legs. If you're working on spinal extension, remember I talked about in a previous show for triceps, let me get down. For triceps, when you want to contract a muscle and you have 2 joints that it's connected to that both move. In order to contract, you have to stop moving one joint so the other joint can come closer. So in the case of spinal extension, we could flip-flop all around, which is what most people do, which is why they don't do it efficiently. We have to secure one side of the body. So in this case, it's going to be the hips. So if you want to work on spinal extension, we're going to secure the hips, which means the hips don't move. You have to use your muscles to secure your hips. So I'm going to get on the machine. I'm going to focus on my glutes and my hips not moving, and then I'm going to put my arms by my side, and I'm going to curl forward, focusing on spinal extension. So this is flexion, and then I'm going to come right back up, and this is extension. So this is the exercise. But notice my hips are not moving. Notice that I'm curling down from my spine only. Now in this exercise, because of my body weight against gravity, my legs are already working really hard to keep me here. So this is spinal flexion, and then we're going against gravity for spinal extension. This, again, not my favorite exercise to do on this machine. I don't think it's that necessary to do it at this height. But if you love it, great. Let me show you the best exercise to do on this machine, which is hamstrings. So in spinal flexion, you saw how I curled down, but I maintained my hips stabilized. So it's the opposite to get your hamstrings. You're going to maintain your spinal stability and relax the hips so the hamstrings can contract from the hip to the knee. It's better if I show you. All right. So to work on hamstrings, again, I'd have your arms by your side. You're going to keep your spine straight, your abs tight, and you're going to relax and move from the hips. So I'm moving down, and then I'm using my hamstrings to pull me back up. Is that clear? Let me show you again. So my spine is straight, I'm relaxing my glutes, I'm relaxing my hamstrings, and then from here, I'm pulling myself right back up. Awesome hamstring exercise. And again, if you're at this 90-degree height or parallel height from the floor, I don't think you need any extra weight. Extra weight is gonna pull on your spine and make it harder for you to maintain this. If you have a machine that is closer to the floor for your feet, then go ahead and add some extra weight once it gets to be too hard. But just to review, this is spinal. When I'm moving my spine and maintaining straight hips, this is hamstring. When I'm keeping my spine straight and moving only from my butt and my hamstrings.
The Fit to Love podcast show offers you 6 days a week of helpful content to achieve the happy life you deserve. Movement Mondays and Tasty Tuesdays are weekly video casts, while Wellness Wednesdays, Thoughtful Thursdays, Freedom Fridays, and Sexy Saturdays are audio-only shows themed every week to address your holistic life and needs. If the show inspired you, we would love for you to share it and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today. Head on over to fittolove.tv for recaps of every show, resources, and to join the community. That's FIT2LOVE.tv. Have a fit and fabulous day.